Hello everyone. Today we are going to see what this JEP 445 unnamed classes and instance main method is all about. So we are very much excited about this JEP and we have seen very small size programs which can print hello world. But now the motive of this video is to take you through the, through this preview feature in a way that we can understand the motive behind it and we can also think more from the perspective of what can we learn from this JEP. So without much ado, let's see the JEP document for this. So the goals are very simple. It basically wants the Java learners to quickly run a executable program without jumping first into the concepts and understanding much about the the syntax, and rather than just run a program and then quickly build on top of it to come up with a beautiful program with lots of use cases and rich functionality which Java has to offer. And second is that the people like me who want to just understand a API, how it runs. For example, taking example of a the string API for trimming. So I just want to understand if the trim works both sides, if it trims from the starting of the string and also from the back side, from the end. So if I just want to make myself confirm my understanding of any API, I don't want to create a class with a proper name and then create a main class with public static void main with giving it a parameter, string array parameter, and then start writing it. So I just wanted to create a script which just does the work, just runs and let me experiment with an API. Here API means any method call or any kind of utility which JDK has provided me. So these two things can be used or can be utilized from this JEP. So let us go and dive into the code. So here I just wanted to show you before going into the code that this is the JDK 8306112, which is the implementation of unnamed classes. And you can from there you can go into the pull request and the code changes which were done. So you can even check the code changes which were done for this step. Now let's go into the code. So coming into the code, let me show you what uh, supposing that I am a person who is learning Java and today I started learning Java. So for just to run a simple executable Java class and print hello world, what I need to learn. Starting with package, I need to learn how to package a Java class. So if I have placed my class inside a folder structure like src, main, Java, org, sun, ghosh, Java 21. So my package name will be, so I have to learn about packaging. So I have to learn how to write the package keyword and what syntax does it follow and how I should package and write that in the class. So that is concept number one. Then I have to know how to write classes. So if I have to write a class, I can write simple like how to name a class, how to write a create a class, and then there are access modifiers for this. So public class means if I may name it as a public class, then the name of the class which I mentioned here should be equivalent to the name of the file also. So that is another one concept which many people have to learn by, so they have to learn beforehand on the first day, on the first minute of learning Java. Then they have to learn how to make a program executable. So they need to know that there should be a method called main, and its name should be main only and not anything else. Then it should have a public access modifier and it should have a static. They have to learn about static. They have to learn about access modifiers. So how many types are there and which one is applicable in this case, and then learn about static versus non-static, why it is needed, and why we need to always give static for the main, and the return types void and so on. So we need to also understand about what can be the return types, what are the data types in Java, and then we have to also understand the argument which we need to give here. So we need to always give the argument in a way that there will be a single argument called args, and then it should be of the type string array. So all these things, and then we have to know how to create a method and then print something in under it. So all these things we need to learn. And also, apart from learning, there will be a number of mistakes when we create this program. This is the first day one, so obviously somebody can name it capital M. See, if I name capital M, let's see what happens. If I name capital M, then name it as capital M, it will say can't find main string array method in this class. So there will be, and then they have to understand, okay, this main has to be with small m. Let's suppose I create, I do some issue error here. For example, I name the class something different with the one. So it may complain saying that it's not complaining because it's running it and it's not complaining. Okay, and then we may give a problem for example if this is args1, so will it give a problem or not? No, it will not give a problem. That is fine. So there can be many, and if a class many people write class with this single s by mistake, and then it will give a compilation issue saying that it is expecting something of this sort. There can be many issues, many problems faced by the first time user. So here, so they have the Java team, what they have done is they have tried to come up with a feature where which does not deviate from the basic methodology or the basic essence of Java language, just makes it simpler to for the person to run the program. So how did they do it? So let first I will show you how do they did they modify or relax the rules for the normal cases, and then I will take you through the use cases one by one. So first of all, they relax that a package is not needed anymore, and then so if I run the program now, so it runs fine. It prints hello world. Then then what they did was to make a class file, the class definition optional. So I remove the class. No, just have the public static void main method. If I run this, so now it started printing hello world without the class itself. Then if I remove public, so it is now becomes a default method, default access. So it prints hello world. If I remove static even, then it will also run. So it is currently, if you see remove static, so people who know Java, if I remove static, so it becomes a instance method. So what we are not creating any instance of this class. There is no class even. So how does it run? So behind the scenes, it's creating an instance and then launching the program using the void main. Now in this case, if I just remove the method parameter for the main, does it run? Yes, it runs. So hello world, it prints hello world, and we are left with void main method with no class, no package, and then it prints whatever we tell them to. So here you can see that it beautifully it removed, it relaxed the the basic requirement for running a class. So let me rewind. So I have removed all these things. Okay. So now let's suppose I just wanted to, I will, you taking a use case where I just want to run a Java class, or my motive is not to run a Java class. My motive is to check the functionality provided by a string trim method. And in my mind, I am just thinking about if this string trim method, does it truncate or remove the preceding white spaces, or does it also remove the white spaces at the end? So if I just wanted to check it out, what I will do is I will just open a text editor. I will just say void main system out println and give my string here and say trim. And then if I just run this, I will get hello. So it is truncating both the things. So therefore, I get my answer without doing. So the person who knows Java, how to code in Java, that person also can benefit of out of this feature. Then I will just comment them. Okay, so let's go deep into this feature and see what is this feature about and what it is not. So first, the protocol was enhanced by which Java programs are launched to allow instance main methods. Instance main methods. So if you see instance main methods means that these methods are not static. So it's allowing the instance main methods. So we need not mark the method as static. We did not say it is public, so it's optional. And also it does not need to give string array arguments as mandatory arguments, so it is optional. So we have just now seen that in action. So now what we'll have is that I'm talking just about the main method here. So it is this JEP is about instance main methods and unnamed classes. So we are talking about instance main methods now. So here we have this resulting program will be something like this. So the program will be something like this. So we have a class hello world and void main. So we don't have a static or public keyword in this method. We don't have the string array parameter. So and I'm using just this to print it out. So let's see if this runs or not. Okay. So I commented it out. Okay. So if this runs or not, so it will run and it prints that hello world. I'm running in a main method without keywords, public, static, or string array, args, method parameter. So this is the relaxation by which we are now allowing instance main method. So here the method is being called by the JVM by creating an object of the class hello world. So let me rewind and just comment them. Okay. So now what second change for this JEP was to introduce unnamed classes. Unnamed classes as in like we don't need to make a explicit class declaration. So we are making it implicit. So now we'll have something like this. So I'm just cutting out, sorry, it's already there. So yeah, I'm just cutting out, I'm removed the class declaration. And now we are left with void main with the string says hello world. I'm running in a main method without class, without keywords, public static, and a string array args method parameter. And now one interesting thing which I wanted to show you all is that if I print out the string, it prints means it is running. A JVM is running this class. And if you are interested, if you see, I have commented everything out. So let me uncomment, comment it. Yeah, so I've commented everything in this method. So there's no class declaration anywhere. So it starts with void main. The first line of this program is void main. And so if you just wanted to see if what class it is creating and behind the scenes. So let me run this. So you will be surprised to see that it runs without any issue. And then it also prints the class name as simple hello world. So where does this simple hello world class come from? So this is the name of this file, simple hello world.java. And this is what JVM is doing is it's creating a class called simple hello world behind the scenes. It is creating an object of this class and then it is making the main method. It is just calling the main method with no with not a non-mandatory public keyword static or the string array method parameter. So this I will just rewind and uncomment it. So yeah, I have commented it. Uh, so I have commented everything now. Okay, let me move. Yeah. Now I can run this how to run this type of class where there is no class at all. So what you do is that you, because it's a preview feature, you give the preview feature flag and tell that the source is 21 Java 21, and you give the file name. So simple hello world dot Java. So now if now we will discuss the the access modifiers of this main method. So the change which was done is that main method of the launched class can now have public, protected, or default, that is package access. So let's see if it runs or not. So let me have one class file which has public void main and it prints hello world public. So will it run? Obviously, because that was what it had before. So let me uncomment it back, and then if I have protected, now it has protected. So will it run? Let's see. Can it have protected? Obviously, it can also run in a with a protected access. So we don't have any superclass or subclass here, but we are able to run this. And with the default access, does it run? Obviously, it will run because it is what this feature is all about. Without giving any access modifier, it is of default access. So now if a let's discuss about what happens if the Java developer who is using this feature has both the methods. If the launch class contains no static main method with a string array parameter, but does contain a static main method with no parameters, then invoke that method. It means that we have, let's suppose I have these two static methods. So I have these two static methods, and one is static void main, and with the string array argument, it prints hello world with arguments. And I have another static void main with no argument. It prints hello world without arguments. So what do you think? Which one this program will print? So it will print hello world with argument. Obviously, because it's giving JVM is giving preference to the static void, the main method with arguments. If I remove, if I comment this method, then it will run for this as well. So static void main still runs. So with arguments, without arguments. So so this says that if a launch class contains no static main method with a string, so there are no static methods with string array argument, it will go and run the one without argument. But if both are there, if you see now you have both, so it will obviously run, give preference to the argument one. So let me uncomment it. So unnamed classes. So in Java language, every class resides in a package and every package resides in a module. An unnamed class resides in an unnamed package and unnamed package resides in a unnamed module. There can be only one unnamed package and only one unnamed module, but there can be multiple unnamed classes in an unnamed module. So using this uh, rationale, we can have a source file named simple hello world.java containing an unnamed class. Unnamed class as in like it is implicitly taking the name simple hello world from the file hello simple hello world.java, and it can be launched with the source code launcher like Java simple hello world.java. Java compiler will compile that file to the launchable class file simple hello world.class. That's behind the scenes. It will call, it will compile and it will create a file simple hello world.class, and the the class choose the compiler chooses the simple hello world name for this class name just because it is existing as a file name, but it cannot be used directly in a Java source code. So as I've shown you that when I used this dot get class dot get name, it printed simple hello world, but that doesn't mean that this class can be used in your source code anywhere like referencing this. So this is just a implementation detail. So here we saw, so just to recap this feature, we saw how a class definition with a main method looked like before this JEP, and then how does it help a Java learner a of beginner stage, and how it helps a Java developer of any stage by helping them to write a small script type of Java class with just void main, and then they can use it to verify their understanding of a particular code snippet or an API provided by JDK. So, and then we went through that what is the meaning of instance main methods. So where we didn't have any static keyword or and a optional public access modifier and a optional string array parameter. So there we had the class and then we had this void main method, and it ran just fine. Second was we introduced what is the meaning of an unnamed class, where the class declaration is implicit. So we can just remove the class declaration, and then we are left with just the void main, and we don't have to. And here, if you print the class name, then it will get the class name from the file. So if the file is simple hello world.java, it will print simple hello world as the class name. If it is hello world.java, it will print hello world. And then we also saw that we can give assign a access modifier public, protected, or default access here. So it can be anything here. And then we at the end saw that if we have two methods, two static void main methods, one with string array argument and another without. So if both are there, then it will choose and obviously prefer to run the string array argument, the method with the string array argument. And if it is not there, obviously it will go for the, it will look for the main method with no string argument. And we also went through the what is meant by unnamed classes, what is meaning of unnamed class, unnamed package, and can we have multiple. So I can have multiple Java files with using this preview feature under under this unnamed package and unnamed module. And I showed that it will choose the class name as simple hello world because of the file name here. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.